welcome to a new vlog. Here's Becky.
Hi.
Hello. Yeah, if you're new here, my name's Emma, that's Becky, and we're the Daily Disney Girls. We also live with Jo, but Jo is currently not home. She's currently at work, and then when she gets home from work, she's going to Wales, and when she gets home from Wales, she's going to Menorca. So you're definitely not going to see Jo on this vlog, is what I'm trying to say. But if you're new, my name's Emma, this is Becky, and we make Disney vlogs predominantly, as of now and as of the past, just generic vlogs as well. So anyway, thought I'd start a vlog today. It's Friday, the 17th of May.
Friday.
It is, it's Friday.
It's that, baby.
And we've just been and bought a Vax Spotwash upholstery cleaner thingamabob, because our sofas are just disgusting from a whole winter of the dogs running in past us without us being able to wipe their paws first and putting muddy paw prints all over them, and a dachshund who weed on the sofa last night. But also, to be fair, Maggie's also weed on the sofa in the past. Yeah, anyway, and they're just at the point where they need a good clean. We've tried to get quotes from upholstery cleaner people and no one's replied, so we were like, frig it, let's buy a machine ourselves and do it ourselves. So the lounge is currently a bit of a mess. The dogs are currently in the crates, so we've literally just come home and we're waiting on somebody to come and have a look at our downstairs toilet because there's a problem with it. So I said, well, let's leave them in the crates until he's been. But like, the room is currently a bit of a mess. We've got washing, we've got sofa cushions, we've got a sofa without cushions. The sofa without the cushions doesn't look too bad, but look at like the colour of the back compared to the arm. I don't know if you can see it very well on the camera, but in real life, like that arm is filthy. And then the back's pretty clean, but then there's like dirt in the middle here, like where you've got in between the cushions, so it just needs a good clean. So yeah, we've bought one of these, and some, whatever that is, carpet stuff. Hopefully that'll do the job. And we're going to a concert tonight. We are going to watch Rebecca Ferguson. If you're not too sure who Rebecca Ferguson is, because she's not like super big, is she? She used to be, she's not anymore. She's off the X Factor. She came second the year that One Direction were on the X Factor. One Direction came third, Rebecca Ferguson came second. Who beat them? Who won? Was it Matt Cardle or something like that? Or was that a different year?
Yeah, no, it might have been.
I think it might have been Matt Cardle. But obviously, One Direction's done amazing, and Rebecca Ferguson's also done way better than whoever won that year, because we can't remember who it was. Yeah, so we're going to that. We actually went to go see her in Liverpool. When did we go? Back in November, possibly. We had meet and greet tickets, and we went and met her in the afternoon, and we watched her do sound check, and then we watched the concert. When we was meeting her, that week, the tickets for this tour that we're going to go see tonight had gone on sale. Two of us didn't really have any money at the time, and by the time we'd got paid, all the tickets had sold out. And when we was meeting her back in November, she said, oh, are you coming to my Manchester show next year? And Becky's like, oh no, we didn't manage to get any. And she was like, oh, well, I can put you on my friends and family list. We were like, what? You know, you just kind of walk away and you think, yeah, right, she's just said that. But she basically said to us, she gave us this email address and said, email this, like, when you get home tomorrow, whatever, say that I've said whatever. So we did, we emailed, and they were like, yeah, she remembers you, she's put you on the friends and family list. So we don't physically have the tickets as of right now, it's like midday, and the concert's this evening, but we have had confirmation email yesterday or this morning to say that the tickets are at the box office for us to pick up. They're in Becky's name. It's like, it says your name and then a +1, doesn't it? Yeah. So no idea where we're going to be sat. We think our tickets are also meet and greet tickets again, but I'm in work this afternoon, so don't think we'll be able to go to the meet and greet section. Although it would have been nice to say thank you for the tickets, because obviously it's not cost us any money. Yeah, so that's what we're doing today. we're going to try and, we're just waiting for someone to come look at the toilet. Then when they've gone, we're going to try and start tackling the sofas, and then we're going to a concert. So come along.
And you've got work in between.
And I've got work in between, yeah. Although there's still time. There's time. What I mean by that is on a Friday, if I, like on a Thursday, yesterday, I do a lot of like house jobs for my work, because if you don't know, I'm a nanny. I'm a nanny for a family that live like 15 minutes away from us. If I've got all their like house jobs done on a Thursday, sometimes one of the parents is back from work early and can pick the kids up from school. And sometimes I will get a message to say, oh, we don't need you this afternoon because you did all the jobs yesterday and we can pick the kids up. And it's only 12:20, and I've been known to get a message as late as 2:30. So I'm kind of like trying to manifest that that happens today. You know, because it's one of those days where I'm like, I could do with having the afternoon off, but you know.
Can I open this now?
Yeah, open it. But if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Anyway, so she's opening the box.
What's in the box?
Well, we've just opened the box, and in the box is some carpet cleaning solution, which we didn't realise came in the box. So, although it might be different to the one that you've bought.
No, it's not.
Is it the exact same? Well, I don't know. That one says Ultra Plus. I don't know.
Same scent anyway.
Anyway, that's only a tiny bottle. Ooh, look at that.
Hey, it's not that heavy, you know.
Good.
It's heavier than a kettle.
Right. Toilet has been fixed, kind of. It's been semi-fixed, but we think it's a bigger problem. And if it starts doing it again, then the whole toilet needs to come out. Anyway, that's been fixed. We've set up the cleaning machine. It's now like an hour and a half later. It's now 20 to 2. We've just had something to eat because neither of us had had any breakfast and we were starving. What we're going to do now, I was just saying to Becky, I don't know whether we should bother trying to do the sofas right now, because I've got to go and pick up the kids. I have to leave here at 2:45, so in like an hour. And because of Becky's bad back, I feel like it's going to take hours to do the sofa, and I don't really want her to basically do it on her own for hours on end, because then you're going to be knackered by this evening. But we're going out, aren't we? So I don't know what we're going to do. We could maybe do, I don't know.
Maybe we should try what I said.
What, putting the covers on. Pardon me. So Doodle's weed on Joe's sofa, which is the one that all the cushions have come off, last night, and she's taken the covers off of the actual like cushion.
No, that was me.
Oh, was it you? I thought she took them off.
No, I did it this morning.
Oh, right.
Because I used the Dr. Oetker.
Ah, right. But I was saying, I feel like we need to put the covers back on the cushions to do the thing, but Becky thinks we should maybe lie the covers not in the cushion, on the table.
And then we can hang them out, is what I'm thinking, while it's still sunny.
Yeah, should we try that?
Yeah.
Alright, that means we've got to clear the table, because the table is covered in crap. Well, actually it's not, it's just, there's just a lot of parcels on there, isn't there? A lot of parcels. We've ordered a crazy amount of ink, because me and Becky both qualified for disabled student allowance when we was at uni. You basically get a pot of money that is free. You don't have to pay it back, to be spent on stationery, so you can use it on ink, because we both got a free printer through uni. So then this pot of money, you can only spend it on ink, paper, notepads, pens and things like that. So I had like £117 left in my pot, and obviously once it gets to the end of the summer, that money would just then be gone, but we can still spend it at the minute. And you had what, 130 pounds? So we just bought a ton of ink for the printer with the money that's left. So you have to buy it out of your own pocket first, then once you've got a receipt, you submit the receipt online on Student Finance, and they refund the money back into your account. But yeah, so the table is currently covered in Amazon boxes that's just literally full of ink for either the printer that's downstairs or the printer that's upstairs. But you know, didn't want to lose out on that money. Right. God, the room is an absolute mess, isn't it? I'm tired already just looking at it.
I know.
Right.
You want our sofas back, it's got to be done.
Let's do this. Look at that. We've literally just cleaned this strip along here. How much cleaner is that? Epic, isn't it?
Epic.
But I've just gone over that though like a good few minutes and that's just one strip. So I think it might take us a few days to do like the entire sofa set because we'll be absolutely knackered. But
It'd be good to see the bottom one.
that looks amazing. What bottom ones are you mean?
As in the seat cushions.
Ones that we sit on. Yeah, because this is just one of the back cushions, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look at that. And do you know what? That is only from one small square cushion and one cover from like half of Joe's sofa. They're out on the line, I'll show you one sec. Literally just them two covers from that dirty water.
And you can still see that.
That one's still dirty compared to that. That looks really clean. That still looks a bit... looks better, don't you think? Anyway, I've been to work. I'm now back home. It's only 25. I was literally out of the house for an hour. Maggie! Come on! And now we've just booked a table at an Italian restaurant in Manchester. So we need to go and get ready. Drop the dog off with my mum and dad. And go. We've booked, it's called Gio's. It's in St Peter's Square in Manchester. It's literally opposite San Carlo. We debated booking San Carlo, but why did we not book San Carlo? Because the drinks are really expensive, that's why.
Yeah.
That's why. The food's not too badly priced if you're just choosing like pizza and pasta. Obviously if you choose steak, you're getting pricey. But if you want a glass of wine or something, it's you're adding on the pounds. So we've come to the Midland. We came here last weekend, didn't we, for the wedding? Was it that? No, it wasn't. It was 2 weekends ago. And I realised that this bar area that's like in the reception, like anyone can just come in. And we've just eaten in the restaurant, literally over the road. So we said, should we go in the bar and have a drink? So we both ordered a champagne, rosé one. Cost us 40 quid. But it's a really nice vibe in here. We really like it, don't we? So we'll only be having one drink, but I feel like it's worth the money for the vibe and the service. Not the table service, but I'm going to the bar.
Yeah. Yeah, like, what were we just saying?
I was just saying that we really like drinking alcohol, but that makes us sound like alcoholics. But we don't like going out clubbing and stuff like that. It's not our vibe to like be in a really busy, crowded, noisy place. Like, we like a chilled drinking atmosphere. Yeah. So that's why we've come here. Very nice. Very snazzy. Okay, here we are. Bridgewater Hall in Manchester. And we're going to collect our tickets, don't we?
Going in with all the old people.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Look at that. Becky Jones, guest list. You buzzing?
Yeah,
buzzing.
Tell everyone how long you've liked Rebecca Ferguson.
Since X Factor days.
Since X Factor. Yeah, very big fan, aren't you?
Yeah. And it's really awkward
Buzzing.
though, because we're always at, this is the 3rd concert now
Yeah.
that we've been to, and we're always with all Fergies.
Yeah, yeah. She doesn't have a young crowd.
No.
So it's the next day now, Saturday. Don't know if you can hear me, Becky's in there carrying on doing the sofa stuff, and I am just making some lunch for the two of us. Both going to have pasta, but I just thought I'd pop on and say that I still don't eat normal pasta, so I'm doing penne for Becky, but I have got this from Aldi, which is red lentil and beetroot fusilli, which looks like this in the pan. I don't know if you can see it very well. It's like a really dark purple colour in comparison to like a normal piece of pasta. Really dark in colour. I usually have this from Sainsbury's red lentil penne, but I've been having to try other shops because recently I got this yesterday from Sainsbury's, but the previous 5 times that I've been in Sainsbury's they haven't had any, so I wasn't sure whether they were getting rid of it or not, or I don't know. So, but the only shop that I've ever been able to find red lentil pasta in has been Sainsbury's, so I usually have this. But then Aldi have started to sell red lentil and beetroot fusilli, and they've also started to sell a chickpea fusilli. I think that's how you say it anyway. Which, if you don't know, I have got PCOS, which is polycystic ovaries, and I'm not going to bore you with the details, but kind of found out that like I've kind of got like a very low carbohydrate tolerance compared to other people, so there's a lot of like high carb items like pasta, like bread, that I have to like massively restrict, and because I love pasta so much and I tend to eat a lot of it, I've had to swap it to a lower carb alternative. So red lentil fusilli, chickpea fusilli, it's not pasta, it's an alternative, but it does the job for me. Don't get me wrong, went to a restaurant last night, I had a carbonara, I had normal pasta, but yeah, so just thought I'd show you that for anybody else who is wanting to kind of get a slightly lower carb alternative. Not gonna lie, it's not pasta, and if you're not somebody who can hack like alternatives, but for me it's alright. You don't like it, do you?
Oh god, no.
No, but then Becky's not the sort of person that can cope with swaps in food. Anyway, and if you've been here a long time, that is still there. However, it's been filled in, it's no longer whole, but it needs to be like skimmed over by a plasterer and painted. But you know, when will that happen? Who knows? No, it has been plastered, but it's not like
It's not smooth.
It's not smooth, so it needs to be smoothed out before it's then painted. Anyway, so I'm gonna make pasta. Becky loves pasta with this Aldi sauce. It's cherry tomato and pancetta pasta sauce. She had some of it the other day, she's just finishing it off now.
It's the best
with
one ever.
smoky bacon in it, and then I'm having the red lentil and beetroot fusilli with an Aldi tomato and basil stirring sauce and some frozen meatballs that I'm about to put in the air fryer, because when I was under my nutritionist, she basically said I always need to have a high level of protein in every meal. So that's why I'm having some meatballs.
Meatballs.
Meatballs, right.
Just look at the colour of that though.
I've just shown it. It's very dark, isn't it? Although when I cooked it, because I tried that one for the first time the other night, I cooked it.
Look.
I know.
That's not normal. That is not normal.
Yeah, when I cooked it the other night, it goes a lot lighter. And it goes
mushy.
I don't know how to explain the colour, but I'll show you it when it's ready.
Make sure you don't make it mushy.
Well, I'll try. That's the only problem with these. Well, no, the Sainsbury's one cooked absolutely fine. The Aldi lentil pasta, the chickpea pasta, I've tried other brands of chickpea pasta as well, goes mushy. So it's trying to work out what's the right amount of time to cook it so that it's cooked but it's not gone mushy. Yeah, right. So I shall show you now what it looks like. There we go. So look, you can't even tell that it's not pasta. So that's red lentil and beetroot pasta with tomato and basil sauce, and these are literally frozen meatballs from Asda. You get a bag of like 50, no, that's an exaggeration, 30 or something. Whack them in the air fryer, 180 for 12 minutes. And then I've done Becky's normal pasta with the pancetta sauce and bacon. I've done way too much pasta for Becky, and she's gonna probably kill me and only eat half of it. Yeah, bon appetit. Right, it's just gone 4 o'clock now, and literally spent all day between me and Becky and a little bit of yesterday doing all the cushions off Joe's sofa, and all that's left is just the actual like what do you call it, like the base of the sofa. Now I'm not going to do the entirety of the sofa, but I just think like the arms, you can kind of see where the arms are a bit dirty, and maybe just like this middle bit along the front, maybe the top of the back, but I'm not going to do like the entirety of the whole sofa because I just feel like we're going to be here all day. And we haven't even started mine and Becky's sofa, the armchair or the ottoman poof type thing. Yeah, so I think do the frame of the sofa and then that'll be it for Saturday. I think it's going to be a work in progress doing all these sofas. And we've used like majority of the cleaning solution. So we bought this and it came with that other small bottle that you saw, and this is like, we've used like nearly half of this already. And you only put 40 mils in to warm water in that water tank. Yeah, so that's where we're up to, and the cushion covers are all out on the light. Some of them are dried and are back in from like mainly the ones that were done yesterday, and then the others are just out on the line. We have got the inside cushions that you sit on currently out on the garden tables with bicarbonate of soda on them, and this, so basically when Doodles weed the other night, it was mainly on these cushions, and we've read online, like, we just can't get the smell out. We've read online that if you let bicarbonate of soda absorb in for quite a few hours, like 7 or 8 hours, it helps reduce the odour. So whether it works, I don't know, we've just read it on Google, but we've got them out here with bicarb sat on them. Probably before we go to bed we'll probably hoover it off and see if they smell any better. Yeah, the sofas are really like bobbly as well. Becky's got a little debobbling machine, but it takes forever. Like, if she wants to debobble the entire sofa, I think she's going to be there for the remainder of the month. Hello, so I thought we would just do a little trip announcement bit at the end of the vlog before I end it, to kind of explain where we're staying and how we're getting there and all that jazz. So we've booked a very different trip to normal.
Very different.
Because if you've watched us for a while, then you know that aside from one trip, we usually stay on site. And like the tickets, if you're staying on site, are included in the price of the hotel, so we don't usually have to like deal with buying tickets separate. And lots of other things, like we usually fly with Air France, don't really like flying with EasyJet, blah blah blah. Anyway, so we wanted to do a trip. We wanted to go on holiday, didn't we?
Yeah.
Anywhere, because obviously we've just done our final year of uni. We're currently waiting to find out how we've done. And we couldn't really afford to go on holiday anywhere, and we'd kind of decided we wasn't going to go anywhere. And then everybody in our uni class has booked like celebratory trips, and the reason we couldn't really afford to go anywhere is because we've got Florida booked for next year, so obviously we're trying to save for that and whatnot. And like lots of things going on with finishing uni and needing a new job and X, Y and Z. But we were like, do you know what, let's try and go on holiday.
Yeah.
So
it doesn't take much to persuade us though, really.
No, it doesn't. So we wasn't looking at Disney to start with, because I'd already decided that we wasn't going to go to Disneyland Paris this year. Just because I didn't think we'd be able to afford it, because obviously it's quite a lot of money for only like a trip that's only a couple of days, where for like the same price you can do like a 7-day all inclusive somewhere in Spain or, you know, wherever, Greece, whatever. So we originally started looking at just generic any sort of holiday. Then we started looking at cruises and blah blah blah. Long story short, we ended up looking at Disneyland Paris. But we've had to book a very different trip to usual, because like I've just said, we've not got like the budget that we'd usually have. So we needed to try and make it quite a budget friendly trip. So we usually do stay on site, and to be fair, if the prices had come up similar to what we have paid in the past, but maybe ever so slightly cheaper, then we probably could have pushed it to being on site. However, the prices were just crazy for Disney, for staying on site at Disney. Ridiculous. Just to give a little bit of like background context, obviously we've done Easter holidays twice, we've done summer holidays once, we've done Halloween, although Halloween, that one doesn't really count because that wasn't on site. When else have we done? It's mainly
January.
We've done, yeah, but January, that wasn't holidays, was it? But we've done Easter holidays twice, and we've done the summer holidays.
Yeah.
Like, as in during school holidays, because we can only really go away during the school holidays. We're not people that can go away during term time because of our jobs. So, but in the past, we've paid around £800 each, basically, haven't we?
Yeah.
For being on site during the school holidays. Which
That's for around...
That's tended to be Sequila Lodge.
For like 4 nights, 3 days? No.
Yeah.
How does that
Well,
work?
some of them have been, yeah.
Is that right? 4 days, 3 nights,
Whatever.
maybe?
Around 3 to 4 days. At Easter, obviously we went last Easter, as in not Easter just gone, Easter of 2023, with Joe and Rayhan, which was around £800 each, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We went the Easter before, in 2022, which was us two and Joe, and again that was around £800 each. Both trips were in Sequila Lodge, which obviously includes your flights. No, it doesn't include your tickets, but that price also included flights with Air France.
Yeah.
But this time, school holidays, looking it up, and it was around 1,400, 1,500, 1,600 each, depending on the Disney hotel. And that was like Santa Fe and Cheyenne, not Sequila, Newport, Marvel. You know, the more higher budget hotels. It was the entry level Disney hotels at that sort of price. So practically almost double what we usually pay. So we started looking at staying off site, basically. We've stayed off site before. We stayed off site at Halloween with my 2 cousins. We stayed in an Airbnb though, and not a hotel. I don't know why we just didn't look at Airbnbs, did we? We just looked at hotels.
Yeah.
But anyway, that being said,
oh no, we did look at Airbnbs, but we decided we couldn't be doing with the faff of having to speak to and meet up with someone to get the keys.
Yeah, to get the keys and whatnot. Anyway, so we've booked flights separate, a hotel that's in Val d'Europe, and we've booked park tickets separate. The park tickets have been a bit of an eye-opener for me because, like I say, you don't usually have to buy them, and they were really expensive to what I was expecting them to be. And I think that's why I always say to people it's better to stay on site a lot of the time because the price is included, unless like now on site's extortionate. Anyway, very different trip to normal. We usually fly out first thing in the morning and come home on the last flight home at night, but we're doing complete opposite this time. So let's start with flights. By the way, this is now Monday the 27th of May and we go tomorrow on Tuesday the 28th of May. And I think this vlog's actually going to go up tonight, so when you watch this, if you watch it the day it goes up, we're going away tomorrow. Anyway, so our flights, so I've just got it up here on the laptop for you. So we're flying with EasyJet. Now I did say a couple of years ago I was never ever going to fly with EasyJet ever again. I won't get into the story. We had a bit of a bad experience with them. I say a bit of a bad experience, it was a bad experience.
It was horrific.
It wasn't it? But I'm not going to get into it. That was us trying to get home from one of our previous Disneyland Paris trips. Yeah, it was really, really bad. We still haven't got a partial refund, which we should be entitled to, but never mind, that's in the past. Yeah, we've always flown Air France, and Air France are brilliant. They give excellent service. You tend to get luggage included in the price of the ticket, whereas with EasyJet, you know, the price of the ticket is just your ticket to get on the plane. You don't have to pay extra to reserve your seat. You've got to pay extra just to have a hand luggage case, never mind a big case. Yeah, but Air France were just extortionate compared to EasyJet. So if we wanted to make this trip happen, we had to kind of compromise and be like, do you know what? That event was a single event that happened, and it wasn't the entire company that caused that situation. It was one member of staff, and providing that one member of staff isn't on our flight and we don't have the same experience again, then you know the chances of it repeating itself is slim. So anyway, so our flights are with EasyJet from Manchester to Charles de Gaulle. We did look at Orly and we did look at the other airport that begins with a B. I can't remember what it's called. But the best flights that ended up coming out was Manchester to Charles de Gaulle with EasyJet. So we fly out Tuesday night at 8:25, which is like one of the last flights out from Manchester to Paris, which is, like I say, complete opposite. We usually do the very first flight of the day, which with EasyJet is
5 to 6.
It's like, no, it's like 7 a.m.
Is it?
and the first flight with Air France is like 6 a.m.
Yeah.
So we're usually the first flight of the day, but we're not this time. We're 8:25 in the evening, and then when we come home on Friday, our flight home is at 10:05 in the morning. And again, we usually fly home at like 10 o'clock in the evening,
Yeah.
don't we? Anytime between 9 p.m. and 10:30 is usually the flight home that we get. And that's cost us £171 and 10p each. So that's for the flight, to reserve our seats, which we paid extra for, and for one hand luggage case, which we paid extra for. Now, originally, we did pay £30 cheaper. £30, not cheaper, £30 less each, didn't we?
Yeah.
Which was just the reserved seat in the flight. And that includes a personal item, so basically includes like a backpack that can fit in front of the seat in front of you. And we was just going to do that, and everything was all hunky-dory, until the weather has decided to 1 minute say it's going to be pure sunshine and 24 degrees, next minute it's changed to it's going to be 17 or 18 degrees and raining, then it said it's going to be sunny again, and we're like, I don't have a clue what clothes I need to pack and I've barely got any space. So we've decided to pay for a hand luggage case to take with us. So it was more like £140 each, the flights, but it's now £171 because the extra hand luggage case was an extra just shy of 60 quid for that case, but that was for the two of us, so £30 each, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So that's the flights with EasyJet. And then we have booked a hotel in Val d'Europe, which, if you're not familiar with where Val d'Europe is, it is one stop away on the trains. You've got the train station just outside of Disney Village. You can hop on the RER train and it's literally the next stop away. It's supposed to be, never done it before, it's apparently a 2 to 3 minute journey. It's about between €2 and €3 per trip for a ticket. Or if you don't want to get on the train, you could get an Uber, which is literally like about a 10-minute drive away from Disney, isn't it?
Yeah.
You get an Uber, get any form of taxi, or some of the hotels in the Val d'Europe area have a shuttle bus. Ours doesn't, but some of them have a shuttle bus that will go from your hotel to the gates of Disneyland Paris. It's not far at all, so that's the area that we were looking at for a hotel. So we've booked this hotel. It's called Moxie Paris Val d'Europe for 3 nights. So we'll be there Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday night. We'll check out on Friday morning. We've just got room only, and that's cost us £193.61 each. So I'll just show you on the laptop what it looks like. So this is the hotel. Never stayed there before, have we?
No.
Never seen any other vloggers or anyone on Instagram or anything stay there before. So it's a bit of a chance sort of thing, chance booking. But it's one of them.
We're holding on hope though, because it's a Marriott.
It's a Marriott, yeah. And it looks quite nice, so I'll just quickly show you what the rooms and stuff look like at the hotel. So this is the outside of the hotel. It looks very modern. The outside of it actually kind of reminds me of like an airport hotel. Does it you?
No.
No.
It reminds me of that school up the road.
That school up the road?
Well, I don't want to say what school it is.
Yeah, it does look a bit like that.
You see?
This is, I'm assuming, like the bar area in the lobby.
Yeah, because you check in at the bar.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Is that what it says?
Yeah, you check in at the bar.
Yeah, I've booked it, I don't even know. And then this is what the rooms look like, if you can see. We've just booked a double room. It looks quite nice. It looks like it'd be alright for 3 nights. Yeah, so that's what the hotel looks like. I think it looks really modern, and from the pictures it looks really clean, but obviously they're not going to put dirty pictures, are they, on the website. But I feel like it looks pretty clean and modern. That was the dog sneezing, by the way. Yeah, so that's the hotel that we have booked. Like I say, we're not sure what it'll be like, but once we're there, we'll let you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so like I say, so then we've had to book park tickets separate, which we've never had to, well, I say not never had to do before, because we did it at Halloween. But I don't remember how much did they cost us that time? Can you remember?
I can't. I can probably try and find out.
That was October 2021, and they originally got booked in 2020 because that trip got like cancelled and rescheduled like 3 times, and we just had to keep contacting Disney and asking them to like change the dates on the tickets. So obviously they've probably all gone up now anyway, but I don't remember them being this expensive.
No, I don't.
So we have booked tickets with attractiontickets.com, and we have got a 2-day 2-park pass, which has cost us £166 each for 2-day pass. 2-day 2-park pass, which I thought was way more expensive than what I had in my head it was going to cost, because I had in my head that it was between £50 and £60 per day. Don't ask me where I got that from. I just had that in my head, like that's how much it was going to cost roughly. Yeah, £166 each for a 2-day 2-park pass. Now let me just quickly show you the attraction tickets website. Now the price, I didn't realise this, is not a standard price for it's not a standard price for like every day of the year. The price is changed depending on
the time of year.
Yeah. So if you go onto like the generic page, like I'm on here on attraction tickets, like this is what we've got: 2-day 2-park dated hopper ticket, adult from £120 each, but we've paid £166, so we've nowhere near £120 have we paid. And if you scroll up, so you kind of have to, I've always kind of looked at park tickets and just kind of taken these ticket prices and it's like that's how much it costs. However, I've never actually considered that the price is different depending on the time of the year. So if I just click into what we've booked just to show you. So this is June, let me go on to May. So look, here we go. So these are when we've got tickets for Wednesday and Thursday this week, and it's showing £166. If we were going on Friday, £174 each. Let's have a quick look at June. So yeah, most of June, 147 seems to be the cheapest. 166 at the weekend, but then if you're going on a Saturday, 174 for a 2-day, because that will cover Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, a lot of money. That was just way more expensive than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Was it you?
No, but because when I've booked the trips in the past, I'm the one who's normally been going through all this.
Yeah.
So what?
But we usually book on site, so you don't see a breakdown of this is how much the tickets are.
No, but you know when we do book it, we always do go for the package, but we always have a look separate.
Yeah, we sometimes look separate, don't we? But yeah, so it was a lot more, and we originally was looking at doing one of the flights being either tomorrow's being in the morning or Friday's being a late flight, so that we could do 3 days in the parks. But the price difference, let me just show you. Where is it? That's 4 day, I want 3 day. 3 day 2-part ticket from 171.50 each. Click buy tickets. Let's go back to May. So it would have been £230 each. So what's that, an extra, I can't do mental maths, 1 sec.
60 quid.
An extra £60 each for 3 days. I don't know, it's just really expensive.
I think considering like the price difference in the flights, to get a later flight home to have another full day in the park, it wasn't worth it.
No, it wasn't worth it, because you wouldn't have a full day
No.
in the park. Say for example, the Friday flight home, we'd changed from the morning to the evening. Even though we'd get like a 10 o'clock flight home, we always have to leave the parks around 5 o'clock to go back to the hotel, pick the bags up, get back to the airport, sort of thing. The dog's just getting a stick off the table. So you don't get you get most of the day, but you don't get a full day. So we won't get to watch the fireworks or anything like that. We just felt like it wasn't worth it.
It's normally just before parade time.
And also changing that flight to an evening flight, it added on like an extra £100 each as well for the price of the flight ticket.
Yeah, so it was working out about an extra 160 quid.
Yeah, to 200 quid each,
Yeah.
just to get that later flight home and do an extra day in the park. So we literally had to do a lot of like messing around, like what about this configuration, what about that flight and this many days and this many blah blah blah. But I think it'll be nice though, because usually we have to get up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, get to Manchester Airport, go through security, have a bit of breakfast, get like the 6 a.m. flight. We're usually in the parks by about 10, 11 a.m, aren't we?
Yeah.
But then we absolutely crash and burn by late afternoon, don't we?
Yeah.
We end up having to go and have a lie down just for half an hour, just to like get a bit of energy back, because we've been awake for so long. And sometimes I do feel like that first day can sometimes, if I've not adjusted very well to like being up so early, sometimes I can feel a little bit like in a daze.
Yeah, you're not kind of taking
for
it
some
in.
of the day, until we've like, you tend to, because obviously we would usually go to the hotel but the room wouldn't be ready, so we'd leave our bags at the luggage room, then we go off into the parks, and you usually get a text message around 3 o'clock to say your room's ready, this is what your room number is. But I'd probably say from like 1:30 onwards, you were just constantly like, oh, is the room ready yet? Is the room ready yet? Because you constantly, I could just do having a lie down for an hour, freshen up, and then we'll come back out. So I think it'd be nice to not have that pressure. Afternoon lull.
Yeah.
It'll be nice to go tomorrow night. Once we get there, it'll be that late. It'll be practically midnight, I think, by the time we get to the hotel.
Yeah.
Go to bed, and we've got full fresh day, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday morning, we're just pretty much getting up and going to the airport.
Yeah, and we'll be back in Manchester by midday.
I think it'd be nice to have 2 proper full days, without being tired in some way or another, or without thinking, oh, we need to start going soon to go to the airport. And that's another thing, because we always do the last flight home. The past couple of trips, it's
kind of been like, oh, I just want to
go now.
Because we are waiting what feels like forever to go home.
Yeah, well, even though the flight's quite late, we tend to leave between 5 and 6 o'clock, don't we? Because you don't know what the traffic's going to be like. Paris is one of the busiest places in the world for traffic. So you just don't know whether that 45-minute journey is going to end up being like 2 hours. So we always leave early just to make sure everything's okay. And then we end up sitting around the airport for like 2 to 3 hours. No, not quite that long, but at least 2 hours majority of the time, don't we?
Yeah, well, because the security at Charles de Gaulle's, especially Terminal 2E,
Sometimes
that we normally fly
sometimes it's mental.
with Air France, is ridiculous.
But then sometimes you can just walk straight through. So it's just a bit crazy. We actually did have an experience once. The very, very first time we went to Disneyland Paris together, we was 18. It was 2014, wasn't it? We got to the airport. We were fine with Air France actually, but this was obviously 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Now 10 years ago. We got to the airport to get our flight home, and it was so busy everywhere. We were only 18, so we weren't that well travelled in terms of without parents with us sort of thing. And we'd got in this queue to drop our bags because we had a full-size case, so we had to get in like a check-in queue, didn't we, to drop the bag off. We was in this queue for 2.5 hours, and we finally got to the front of the desk, and I was like, we haven't got long until like we'll be boarding the plane. And we got to the front desk and they're like, oh, we'd March was not here, so we've given you seats away. It was an absolute nightmare, wasn't it?
But like the gate wasn't even open at this point.
Yeah, and then they kept us at this desk for like half an hour, and then in the end they were like, oh, we might be able to get you on the plane. And then they had to rush us through security. I'm not joking, it's like Home Alone scene.
Honestly.
Ran through security, ran through the entirety of the airport, got to the gate, and it was on like final boarding, wasn't it? Like final call, wasn't it? And they let us on in the nick of time.
Because the two people who had got our seats
didn't
show up.
Yeah.
So they were like, oh, you can have
So
your
they let
seats
us
back.
on, and as we was going down the little ramp, they checked our boarding passes, checked our passports, and we were going down the ramp to go to the, I don't know what it's called, the tunnel thing that you go down to get to the aircraft. The two guys that had given our seats away then appeared, and they had to say to them, sorry, you're too late. Honestly, so after that experience, I'm always like, we need to leave in plenty of time.
Yeah.
And it's so much less stressful not having like a big case because you don't have to check it in. The past few times though, we have had big cases and it hasn't been a problem when we've got to the airport. Especially now that you can do it yourself on those like like a self checkout machine, isn't it? Like we have it.
And I know last time was a bit different because we fly with Air France quite a lot, we had like air miles.
Yeah.
So we were in business class for an hour flight.
Yeah. It was a bit mental, really.
Yeah, it was mental. But then we had like access to the lounge and stuff, and they literally just took our cases off us, didn't they?
Yeah.
And they were like, right, go. They were like, go to the lounge. We'll see you on board. We were like, okay.
Yeah. It was
so
very
very
straightforward.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Air France terminal, the terminal that Air France is in is a lot more chilled as well compared to the terminal that EasyJet's in. Anyway, we're waffling now. We're just waffling. So anyway, the whole trip each has cost us £530 and 71p. So a lot cheaper than normal. Like I said before, we can only ever really go during the school holidays because we're both nannies at the minute. And we don't really, well, you work term time only, so you get every school holidays off, so you can never request a holiday because like you get the school holidays off anyway. I don't work term time only, however my holidays pretty much tend to be during the holidays because I will go away when they're going away. They'll say, right, we don't need you like these holidays now because they're currently in Portugal. So they're probably like, all right, well, I've got that week off so we can go away.
Yeah.
I have had times where I've requested the time off, but it tends to be, they did say to me when they took me on as well, they'd rather me not be in during the holidays because that's when they'd rather take their annual leave. Yeah. Anyway, so that is the trip. We go tomorrow.
We haven't
packed. We haven't been in over a year.
Yeah, just over a year.
Because we went Easter 2023, that was the last time we went. So there's lots of new stuff.
Yeah, lots of new stuff, so we'll show you all that.
Yeah, and obviously we haven't seen Disney Dreams, the fireworks display, which actually has now been announced that it ends on Thursday. So we're going to see it for the first and last time. Because on Friday, Illuminations is back.
I wonder why.
I'm not too bothered that we're missing Illuminations coming back because we've seen Illuminations so many times. And I love Illuminations, but it'd be nice to see something different.
Yeah, it's the trip of all things new, really, because 30th anniversary is obviously finished.
Yeah, and the last few times we went, it's been the 30th anniversary. So we've not seen
Million
splashes of colour. We've not seen this new, which has only just started, this new Alice in Wonderland stunt show. Sounds a bit odd.
Yeah.
We haven't seen the Pixar show, however the Pixar show is currently on a break, so we won't get to see
Still
that.
won't get to see that.
We've not seen Disney Dreams. What else have we not seen?
There's a new drone show, isn't there?
Oh yes, no, we've not seen the electrical sky
Sky
parade, so that's new. That's number 6 thing that we've not seen yet. That's been new. I've just seen on Instagram Disneyland Paris has shared it's like 1 year anniversary of the cable car bake shop because it was closed, wasn't it? And then they reopened it, and it's got all like new stuff. So we've not seen that since it reopened a year ago because it's been over a year since we last went. I think that's pretty much it of things that we've not seen. So there's a lot of stuff we haven't seen.
Yeah.
We haven't seen the new restaurant, that whatever it's called, Resilie or something like that. Where the old,
that meant to be a pub.
where the old where the old Cafe Mickey was on the corner.
Oh yeah.
The last like 6 times that we've been, that's been closed and being refurbed from Cafe Mickey to the new restaurant. We've got zero intention of going. I'll just put that out now.
Yeah. We like what we like.
We haven't seen that open. We haven't seen the pub. The it's supposed to be like a British pub, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've not seen that because that wasn't open last time either. Or was it open?
No, I think it was open.
Yeah. There's loads of new stuff. The Disneyland Hotel as well is back open. The last time we went, the Disneyland Hotel was still closed. Whether we'll get to go in, obviously I know that they said that people couldn't go in and have a look if they weren't staying there, and I think that's now changed and you can go in. You working? There we go. We just got cut off. I don't know why. It just said it stopped recording.
Because we yabbering.
Yeah. Anyway, so, well, I've forgotten what I was saying.
Disneyland Hotel.
Oh yeah. We have stayed at the Disneyland Hotel before, so we don't necessarily need to go in. However, we stayed at the Disneyland Hotel 10 years ago with the old decor and everything. So it would be nice to go in and see it.
It'd be nice to stay there too.
But it's not the end of the world if we don't go in and see it either. You know, I appreciate that we don't need to go in because we're not staying there. Anyway, I'm going to go because we're waffling. Thank you very much for watching this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Seeing a little bit of Rebecca Ferguson concert. What else did we do in this vlog? Cleaned Joe's sofa, and that's all we've managed to do. We haven't cleaned the other sofa yet because it took us the entirety of, was it last weekend?
Yeah, last weekend.
Yeah, last
and then
weekend.
It's rained since.
It's rained ever since, and we were like, wouldn't be able to peg like any of the cushion cases outside or anything, so that's not materialised. Anyway, we're gonna go. Thank you very much for watching. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below. Thank you very much for everyone who commented on the Blackpool vlog that I uploaded last week and said like welcome back. It was really nice.
Yeah, we got loads of really nice
we got
messages.
Loads of really nice comments and direct messages on Instagram saying it was nice to have us back, and it was really nice to read that because like I said at the very end of the last vlog, I felt really weird uploading a vlog. And this one feels weird as well because this is the first vlog that's not been us doing something. This is like the first housey one. Back to the midweek vlog. Back to the midweek vlog. On a Monday. Well, no. It's not a midweek vlog.
I know.
Right, I'm gonna go.
Thank you, we love you.
Sorry, the dog's just decided to like rip the skin off the side of my arm because she wanted to come up. Didn't you? Didn't you?
Didn't you?
Right, we're gonna go. Thank you very much for watching, and we shall see you next Monday with a Disneyland Paris vlog. Bye!